Welcome to Noobshido Games. My name is Steven. I will be reviewing Kamen Rider Zero-One episode 23 today. So this episode, uh, we start off with Aruro trying all the different progress key on his Zero-One driver, and none of them seems to work. He knows that only the metal cluster hopper is working at the moment, but he can't really or don't really want to use it because it makes him lose self-control. Um, as he was doing that, um, the lady from previous episode and Izu, the secretary, shows up. The lady Miss Evie wants Arudo's help to help her find a husband or um, hopefully a human gear could help her. And Izu mentioned to Arudo that yeah, there is a marriage consultant human gear that could help Miss Evie. So um, the next scenes they went to the marriage consultant company, and we have a little cameo here with the I like this part where the vice president and this other guy, I forgot what position he's in the company, but he's always there whenever the vice president shows up. Anyways, the vice president is also wanting to find find a match for himself. So here we were introduced the human gear. His name is Match, analyzing Ms. Evie's, I guess, her history and all that to help, or her interests, I should say, or preference and stuff, so that he can find her a good match. And he did, and as he find a match for her, I like this part where um, he voice kind of starts saying best match, and I think Arudo mentioned that too, um, which kind of brings me back to best match, that the same line that they used during the Kamen Rider Build series. It would have been cool if they used the same voice when they say that line. Um, then and then before we leave the marriage consultant here scene, we see a little scene where the consultant that was helping vice president told him that his current match is still unknown. So that was kind of funny there. Uh, then then the next scene we see um, the Humor Gear and Miss Evie, um, also Aruro and Isu is also there, waiting to meet the match that the Human Gear found for Ms. Evie, and it turns out to be the guy, the Zia president. So he shows up with Yui, his pretty much his lackey for the last few episodes now, and so yeah, then they showed up. Then Guy, next thing you know, got upset when the Humor Gear was explaining why he thinks Guy is a good match for his client. Um, this scene was also quite funny because, of course, Guy, when he was uh, explaining himself, he said he's 22, and then Izu made a comment saying he's actually 45. Deal with it. The guy didn't like that. Uh, he claims that he's eternally 22, which I mean, he certainly doesn't look 45, but I thought that part was kind of funny. Then of course, Guy got pissed off and starting to walk out of the meeting. Um, um, what I found was that it was interesting how if Guy hated Humor Gear technology so much, why would he choose a marriage consultant company that mainly uses Humor Gear? But I mean, from the scenes that was shown earlier, there's only Humor Gear consultants. So, but anyways, so as Guy storm off, about to walk out, um, a Penguin Raider show up, um, then Yui right away transformed into the rushing cheetah form and start fighting the Penguin Raider. I mean, I'm glad to see her transform again. I mean, I don't believe we see her um, transform into Rider the last few episodes. But anyway, so she started fighting the Penguin Rider. Rudo is gonna help out, but then hesitated because he knows that if he transforms, he will kind of lose his mind, start fighting both enemy and allies. And then the next scenes, they kind of went to a more open area. You was started fighting the Penguin Raider in a more open space, and then I think she's like holding her own, like not losing or anything. But then Naruto decided to transform to help her out. Then of course he still can't control it yet. Then he started fighting both the Penguin Raider and Yua herself. Um, and then while the Metal Cluster Hopper is busy fighting um, the the rushing cheetah. I think she actually transformed into the lightning hornet to fight the Metal Cluster form. Um, so while Metal Cluster was just beating on her, the Penguin Raider slips away, um, and then Fua shows up in his Assault Wolf, I think, form, and started fighting the Metal Cluster Hopper. And as they were fighting, um, Yua see an opportunity, flies in, pulled out the Metal Cluster Hopper key, and then Naruto transformed back, gained his self-control again, back to his human form. Um, then the next scene, I think we switched to Fua, like went back to the interrogation room or warehouse, wherever they're at, and started asking Hanabi some questions. I don't remember exactly what he asked him, but that was there wasn't really, he didn't really get much from Hornaby. And then we switched back to Naruto's lab, where the Human Gear match was being repaired, because he was I think the Penguin Raider like punched him and kind of knocked him down and damaged him earlier. So anyways, after the Human Gear match is repaired, we see that a gentleman showed up, uh, blaming that the Human Gear is brainwashing his childhood friend, Miss Evie, because I guess he's probably secretly in love with her. But anyways, he took off, um, and then the Human Gear match told Naruto that after analyzing the guy's mannerism and speech pattern, he thinks that he is the Penguin Raider, so they devise a plan to lure him out. So the Human Gear suggests that the way to do that would be to um, have Miss Evie pretending to get married with him, so that um, hopefully that will bring the Penguin Raider out. And then we switch to the scene in the church, uh, where Miss Evie and Match, the Human Gear, walking the aisle, pretending to get married. And the priest here is actually a cameo, the Human Gear actor from earlier episodes. Uh, and of course, um, Miss Evie's childhood friends is super upset and storm off the church. Um, and then we see that he actually has the Raid Riser and the Penguin key, um, which I thought it was kind of surprising because nowhere in this episode shows that how he acquired that. But anyways, so And then it turns out that Miss Evie actually really liked the match, the human gear, and then I think the human gear predicted that. So um, he asked, and we see a flashback of him asking Isu, what would be the the meanest, the worst thing you can say to a human to make them upset. Um, then he said that to her, to Miss Evie, um, and then meanwhile you see that Isu's expression is like a really regretful expression, which was I thought it was a pretty good scene, pretty funny. Um, Anyway, so Miss Evie got pissed off, slapped the human gear in the face, on the face, and then of course then the arc turns the match the human gear into a frog. I think magia. I think that's what they call it. Um, then as Aludo saw that, then he transformed into the metal cluster Hopper and started fighting him outside. Meanwhile, of course, the Penguin Raiders is waiting for them outside, and as all three of them started fighting. As they were doing that, Guy shows up, put transform into his Kamen Rider Thouser form, and started fighting. And of course, it just turns out to be just a main fight between Bowser and Metal Cluster Hopper. I think eventually Penguin Raider and the Frog just got defeated. The Penguin Raider turned back into human form, and Miss Evie realized that that's his childhood friend. Gave him a hug, and uh, we didn't see much from there. What happened after? But anyways, of course, Guy is no match for Aruro in his Metal Cluster form. And then the episode ends when we see that seems like Aruro is even losing his sanity more or something. Switch to that scene, like I don't know, it's either in his consciousness or something, or like a different dimension where. Um, so this kind of just ended right there. Maybe I didn't read on to the preview of what's in the next episode is. Maybe I'm pretty sure eventually he will gain self control and be able to take the metal cluster form into into higher potential. So, but anyways, overall, I thought this episode was quite enjoyable. Um, but when I first watched it the first time, I must have been tired or something. I actually fell asleep. But when I watched it the second time, I actually quite enjoyed it. It's a different tone compared to the last few episodes. So I'm looking forward to see more of the metal cluster Harper form. I really like the design of the suits, just that silver and neon green. Just uh, I don't know, for some reason it looks like really good. I thought. Um, and maybe we'll see more of the competition between Rudo and Guys. I think they only had 3 matches. If they're supposed to have 5, we'll see if they will continue the last 2 competition. But anyways, that's all um, for my review for episode 23. I hope you guys enjoy watching this. Please leave me any comments or suggestions and hit that subscribe button. I'll also check out my other um, gaming videos. Uh, this channel is actually Noobshido Games is actually formed by myself and my friend Justin. Um, Most of the live stream that you see on my channel will be actually Justin's that live stream. Occasionally you'll see me having just pure gameplay videos. So reviewing Kamen Rider Zero-One is a new thing for me. I do plan on doing more episode reviews. Um, so until the next episode, hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you after episode 24.